Okay, hello everybody again. Thanks for joining us. Hi. So if you had been watching any of my videos while Anne-Kathrin was away, about, I guess at this point, probably like a month ago, I had been posting some videos about my card deck for highly sensitive people. It's a self-improvement card deck. So if you don't know what a card deck is, if you look up tarot card readings or oracle card readings, it's I don't even know how to describe it. It's basically you use the prompts on the cards to kind of compile a message either from your God or spirit or the universe, or if you're not super religious and don't really believe in it that way, you can also see it as a prompt basically of just something that you want to put together to kind of think about for the week. And I'm really excited about this because this is a deck that I made myself. So I used to do readings. I have an Instagram account, HSP.spirit.guide, and I used to do readings with other people's decks, which was great. And then I had this idea to make my own deck because I wanted to do something that was specifically for self-improvement and also designed for highly sensitive people, because I felt like there was some other hidden wisdom that I felt was lacking from some of the other decks that I think would be valuable for highly sensitive people. So I'm also a photographer. So I use all of these images that I've compiled over the course of my life and my knowledge of highly sensitive people and card decks to create this deck. It's also massive, but I think this is, my thorough highly sensitiveness that just wanted every little bit of everything that I felt was important to be in here. And it's actually not that hard to shuffle. So I'm going to kind of approach this video as, if you know what card decks are, and maybe you're like, oh my God, get to it already. But if you don't, I want to give you a pretty good idea from the very basics of what the heck this even is. I did general readings in the other videos just for like our audience members, but now that Anne-Kathrin is back, I wanted to try an actual live reading for another human being.
I can't wait.
So, and I asked Anne-Kathrin before we started, because sometimes you can go into a reading with a specific question in mind, like I would like guidance or insight on this specific issue that I've had on my mind, or you can just go into it with, let's see what comes out. And Anne-Kathrin decided, unless you've changed your mind, let me know.
I changed my mind.
Oh, you do?
I was like, no. Yeah, I want to have a specific reading, if that's possible.
Oh, well then, keeping me on my toes. Okay, so what I was gonna say is you can either be a general reading or a specific reading. You can ask the question, or you can just go into it with an open, see where it goes. So what is the topic you would like?
Yeah, well, the main topic is career.
Okay.
And what I'm wondering is, what is an important point of focus for me as of now when it comes to personal growth within my career? So what do I need to focus on within personal growth to really take my business to the next level, head in the right direction? Where does my focus have to go right now?
Excellent. Oh, I love it. Good. So we'll see what happens, because sometimes I've gone into a reading being like, this is my intention for the reading, and then I pull cards and get a completely different message out. So, but the cool thing about having you here with me is that I can pull some cards and ask you, what does that bring up in you, or does that resonate with you? With, whatever. You'll see the magic happen. Okay. So I'm just going to start shuffling. I think there's a lot of different ways that people shuffle. I'll bend down my screen a little bit so you can see the cards better as I shuffle. Some people actually shuffle them, where you put them on the table and then you bend them up and shuffle them in. Other people just spread them out on the table and mix them around and then you just pick some. I like doing this because I almost feel like I don't want to say tedious, but the repetitive nature of doing this somehow feels like it gets me in the
mood
connection channel. So yeah, that's my 2 cents about this. Oh, and also just so everybody knows, I made these for that Instagram account so I could use them with clients. I could also use them on the account, and I'm also planning on putting them up for sale on the manufacturer's site that I made them on. But I want to use them for a few weeks and kind of decide if there's anything that I want to tweak before, if I feel like there's something missing. Oh, did you see that flip?
Yes.
So sometimes I pull a card, I feel like there's one I want to pull, and other times they flip, and I love when they flip because it just, I just noticed that when they flip, it just feels like, okay, you heard me. It just always feels like it's so, anyway, here's the card.
Priority list. Okay, I'm so curious.
So it says responsibility, balance, well-being, fairness, right? I'm reading it backwards.
Yeah,
Principles and values. You can see it the right way
I
though,
can see
right?
right away.
Okay, good. Yeah, so, and the image, just look a little bit closer. So the image that I took for this card has a list, and I specifically wrote my personal well-being first, because I think a lot of highly sensitive people don't have that on their priority list. And that's super important that you keep at the top. So, and I think I'll talk about the cards a little bit as we pull them, just to give people more insight on why I chose whatever I did. But the cool thing about the cards, if you buy the deck and you pull them for yourself, sometimes you'll see something in it that resonates with you that specific time that maybe you don't notice before or after if you had pulled the card at a different time, depending on what your prompt was. When I showed you this card, I don't know if any of those words popped out more than the others.
Yeah, I think also values
Mm-hmm.
is one, and balance, values, balance, and well-being. I think those three.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm just gonna keep pulling cards, and then we'll see how they all come together. So, and I'll wait for one to flip again. So when I said priority list, did that felt like, because you smiled and went back.
Yeah, it actually triggered something within me, because I'm like, oh, another one came out.
No, go ahead. Keep talking. I'll tell you what
it triggered something within me, because I'm at the point where my agenda is filling up a lot. And although I'm super grateful for that, business related, I'm still sometimes missing the higher meaning with what I do. And I'm right now at this point where I have to set priorities to know what direction to go, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'm struggling with that a lot. So
So the next card I pulled is fog, which is unclear.
I'm saying I'm struggling with that a lot. It's so funny.
So we'll talk more at the end, as I want to keep pulling. So, I mean, that could mean that maybe you're not supposed to know the specific answer right now. You're just supposed to go with your gut, or just focus on giving yourself self-care, balancing, and not trying to draw meaning out of it yet. Like maybe it will become clear at some point, but we'll see. Because sometimes the cards that come afterwards make sense of the first few, if that makes sense. It kind of like ties it all together. But it was funny that I pulled that. I was like, I'm gonna let her say what she wanted to say before I show this card.
Yeah. So basically, I'm just at this point where I'm struggling, like, okay, what does contribute to my personal growth at this point? Do I want to go that direction, this direction? Because for those of you who don't know me yet, or haven't seen previous videos, I do have two businesses. I have a business where I'm this marketing expert and writer and translator, and I help other entrepreneurs to grow their business and with my skills. And I love it. I love to help them, but it leaves little time for me to work on my other business, which is HiSensitives. And that's where my higher purpose is lying, but it's not really that profitable yet. So I'm at this point where I'm just really doubting what to do
and what to focus on next.
And what to focus on next, and also what is good at this point, not only in personal growth but also business growth. And it's just really challenging.
I almost wonder if you go inward and focus more on you, what do you need personally and spiritually on that level? Like fundamentally, what do you need as a person? And then it'll become clear what that means for your business then. Because obviously entrepreneurship, we've talked about before in just our own private conversations, is it's so much a reflection of what's going on with you. What you need for your business might right now, or what's going to be next, might be what you need personally. And then that will inform the business decision, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Ooh. So this card I felt I wanted to pull out of the deck. I was shuffling and there was one sticking out like this.
Yeah.
And it's spring. Hold on, let me put the deck down. So begin to see results, new energy, new ideas, fresh energy, bloom and open up.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
I think that's interesting because I'll hold it up. And I kind of feel like that does go along with what I just said, that as you go inward and open up a little bit, and I feel like it might come from within you. You know what I mean? As you meditate on that, you might realize you personally want something.
Yeah. I think
and have some new ideas maybe.
Yeah. It's just so funny because I know exactly what my heart says, but this badass entrepreneur within me is like, okay, but that doesn't deliver results straight ahead, and that's a long-term project. And I'm like, but I don't care.
So what is your heart saying?
Yeah, and my heart says to put more time into high sensitives again. To yeah.
Ooh, I just got chills. I just got like 2 or 3. Oh my God, they're going through my whole body. Can you see the goosebumps? You
Oh yeah, I
probably
see it.
Oh my God. And I'm saying it's happening even more.
It's
So
like
that was
yours.
huge confirmation. Oh my God, my legs, it's going up my cheeks. Holy crap.
So funny. It's so funny. Yeah, because obviously you need to make money.
Right.
And high sensitives was never about making money for me. It was always from passion and spreading the word about the trade and just creating a community of highly sensitive people and empaths who really want to work on a personal growth. And that's where my passion is lying and my whole heart. But I can't live from it. I have to pay my bills. So I have to do my other business. And I love helping others. Like that's also a great trait of mine. But now it's taking up all of my time. And it's just that's kind of worrying me a bit, because the purpose that I started my entrepreneurship with, was high sensitive. So
maybe the priority list thing is just, I feel like meditating on what percentage of your time, what's the most optimal percentage of your time that you can put into the Pinterest business and still allot enough time to high sensitives to keep it moving. There's probably a sweet spot of how much energy you're putting in both. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and maybe energetically.
This one flew out.
Oh.
Finish what you're saying, and I'll tell you what it is.
Yeah. I'm thinking. What I'm thinking based on what you're saying is that I have to look at how to really find this balance, like as it said in the card, between and projects, and to also think of my well-being in the whole thing, and maybe not think money and let go of that block.
If you focus on what you need, what's best for you, I think the business decision will become clear. I think if you go towards what is the right business decision, and I know your dilemma, so I know this isn't probably super helpful to say it because it doesn't help you right at the moment. I mean, maybe this is more intuitive then, maybe it's not in my brain, but I feel like if you focus on your own well-being and what it is that you feel like you need, like if you're talking about needing to feel more purpose, then I think if you meditate on that, you might come up with a new idea. Maybe spring is the time frame.
Yeah, now it's spring still. It is still spring, like summer stuff.
Yeah, like maybe within this time frame is a time that you're going to pivot a little bit, or I don't know, if you focus on that you feel you want more purpose. I think that there's a solution that's not clear to you or even me yet, but as you meditate on what you need and your own well-being and put that first, I'm picturing you meditating and thinking about what you need versus what the right business decision is. And then when you figure that out, it'll be like, oh my God, I get it. And everything's going to click. Just like my feeling.
I think because I have the purpose in place and I have the skills in place, but it's just like this business side of it that is still not clear to me. And I think that's why I'm like blocking from even starting, because I know if I put a lot of time there, I have to pay my bills, and I have to find a way to manage to do so. So that's what's keeping me blocked at this moment. And I think that's where I need the clarity to just know how the pieces fit together. So it's still like that I can make a living from my dream without people feeling that, I don't want people to suddenly have to pay me. I just want them to.
Because you don't want to make high sensitives about the money.
I don't want to make it about the money. I want to keep the community central. I want to keep the passion and the purpose behind it central, and not make it about money. And that's where the block is, because I'm like, but it's not about the money. It's about the passion and connection.
Right.
Yeah.
So what I'm feeling now, as you're saying that, is because you're talking about a block of, you want to know what the business decision is, and that's where you're feeling blocked. But I'm feeling or seeing it as more like it's you and your personal needs and then the business. So I kind of feel like by trying to go around, the block you're feeling is stuff that you're not focusing on.
Yeah.
Like it feels to me like, God, this is so hard to describe. I'm gonna have to get better at describing things I'm feeling intuitively. It almost seems like your gut instinct, because you're so good at the entrepreneurial stuff, is to go around what is the right business decision. But I strongly feel like if you meditate with what you need personally and what's next for you and your own well-being, and the fact that you want high sensitives to be a heart-centered thing, that if you get into that heart-centered place, the answer of what to do with the business to keep it that way and keep it moving will become clear.
Yeah, you know, because what I've been thinking, and I feel like this is a sign for you to do that, is what's been playing in my mind for a while now, is to just see high sensitives as my extreme hobby instead of seeing it as a business, you know, and to see it more as a hobby, which I maintain really extremely, and that in that way I let go of that money block and that pressure, because that's what's holding me back now. Like, okay, I feel like all the time that I put in there, if I look at it from a business perspective, I would have to earn money. Yeah, I would have to earn my time back, but I don't want that. I don't care about that. I just care about creating awesome content for people and connecting people and just having fun while doing it. And this enormous pressure has been holding me back from doing it, because I'm like, but now I'm putting time here. While from a business perspective, it's not wise. But if I just take it loose from the business and just see it as my purpose in life, my personal purpose, and I think that might be.
I think you, like you said, if you view it as a passion project and take business out of it, because I think you're so good at that type of like thinking, like that's how you've made your Pinterest business successful.
Yeah.
And so I feel like if you view Pinterest as like, you know, I shouldn't say Pinterest because I know you do other things for like your freelancing, but so I'll just say your freelancing business, because you also do translating, writing, copywriting. So that side of the business is you're using your skills to generate the fuel and the income and the momentum. Oh my God, a bunch of things just slid out of here. Maybe they're for you. I don't know. And then see high sensitive as like a passion project where that fuel from the freelancing is giving you the space and the energy, because you don't want to spend all your time, like you said, on the income earning business and never get to the passion project. So I think reorganize that priority list and decide, you know, how much time you allot to freelancing, and then how much time you make it in your schedule and on your priority list. Put energy and just have it be heart-centered energy where you're just, I want to do what feels right to be the next step to push this forward, and don't worry so much about the financial gain, because I think that down the road, once it becomes bigger and you get the word out there and it starts growing, I think the income from that will become natural. It'll just happen, and it won't be like the center of the business.
Just to let go of the stress now. But I was wondering, can you pull a card on this feeling, like that I'm letting go of the business aspect of it for a while to just make it my passion project? And can your cards confirm that?
Well, we can find out. I will say that a card flipped a few minutes ago, and it was this. Someone is trying to communicate with you, someone is trying to reach you, communicate hidden message. So we could take that as it resonates, but I almost feel like that might be you. I feel like it's like an inner guidance thing. I feel like your heart knows what the solution is, but I think your brain is like, but I want this to be the right business decision.
Yeah, it's blocking it.
That you're blocking it. Exactly. So let me pull it. So why don't you frame your question again?
So my question is, if I can confirm in some way that making high sensitive my passion project is the right way to go from here? Is it the right way for my personal growth, but also just for my happiness?
I think that, because I'm happy to pull a card for that, but I also don't
like a guidance.
There's no card in here that says yes or no.
Well, perhaps we can do like, wait, I have to formulate my question differently. Can I get a card that guides me in going in the direction towards the passion project, or going focus on one other?
Well, how do you feel about it? If you picture yourself, you've made that decision. How does it feel?
Letting go of the pressure of the business aspect and just having fun. Yeah, it sounds amazing. Like it takes.
There you go. I just got chills again. I just got goosebumps.
Yeah, it just takes so much pressure off my shoulders, you know.
I feel like it's more of fear. I feel like you're scared to not.
Yeah, and it's also guilt, because I'm like surrounded by all these entrepreneurs who work 50, 60 hours, and I'm just not intending to be that kind of entrepreneur. Like I'm happy. Money is not my intention to do my business. It's always been about passion, and yeah, I just want to spend my time on passion, you know, and on purpose. And yeah.
I'm sad you didn't see it, because it did flip.
Yeah, I saw it. What does it say?
This is your confirmation.
Okay. Wow.
Pay attention to dreams, daydreams, fantasies, childhood interests. Remember your passions, discover new ones. I just got
okay. Okay, wow, that's amazing.
I love when they flip. It's so like, it just feels like it's like, shing, like
yeah, universe giving you a sign. Yeah. Oh my God, I'm amazed. It's so nice. I love your deck. It's really, really good.
Thank you. I'm glad. Sorry, say that again.
It's really guiding you, and it's really helping you to think through, because that's the point with these cards, to guide you. It's not telling you exactly what.
Right. Yeah, and I don't want this to be like it's predicting the future, because sometimes I've seen some tarot card readers who are really good, who look at the card's symbolism and not say, well, this means it's not going to work. It's just like if it's a death card or something, they sometimes they interpret it literally, and other readers who I actually think are better are ones who are like, well, this symbolizes an ending of some sort, and then and instead of giving it like a sentence, because energy shifts constantly. My belief is that we all came here with purpose, and we have a mission, and there's things that are meant to be, and there's people we're meant to meet, like with you. And I was like, I have to talk to this person.
Yeah.
I think there are those things that feel very divinely planned, but then there's also, I think, free will. Like it's still up to you to interpret the signs and make choices and do your own healing work and try to create consciously in your life. And I think there's a good balance or play between what influence the universe has and what you personally, like individually as your own human being living a conscious experience.
So it's like all hidden within me, but it's just blocked by all the external influences, and I think just letting go of that guilt and another one fell. Letting go.
I was like, I feel like I need to pull one more card. Ooh, I love it.
What does it say? Light. Emerge, take in your surroundings, breathe in. Yeah.
So what my interpretation is, this is confirming what I said earlier of you just sitting in your surroundings and breathing in, really get in touch with yourself and meditate, and then also emerge. Like this is the part I got excited about. I feel like it is time. You feeling like you really want to get back into HiSensitives.
Yes.
I feel like you should emerge. Like HiSensitives should emerge.
Yes, I think so too, because I've consciously made a decision to put HiSensitives on a really slow pace for last couple of months. Because a while back I was really overwhelmed because I was pushing myself so hard to get 2 businesses started, which is already challenging enough with 1 business.
Yeah.
I just put my focus on my freelancing business, and that worked out super well because now my business is doing well and I have awesome clients. Now I'm like feeling like this slow urge to get started on HiSensitives again, and at the same time not push myself too much on the business aspect of it, and just have fun with it again, and I think it's good to go that direction. It's so helpful. I love this.
Yay, I'm so glad. And then one thing I want to add as you were saying that is that I've tried to do readings for myself, and I'll get frustrated with my own deck because I want a concrete answer. Like you said, I want to know, is this what I'm supposed to be doing? Give me sort of like a concrete green light or red light or something.
Yeah.
And I've gone into my deck with that same intention. Like, I want a straight answer. Like, tell me if I'm supposed to do this.
Yeah.
The purpose of this deck, and I think all decks, is to help you get more in touch with your own intuition. So like when something resonates with you, don't ignore it or get your brain in there and logically dismiss it. It's like what was the most powerful part of this reading, in my opinion, was when the cards guided me to ask you a specific question or go down a specific section in the conversation and ask you something, and then you would say something and it was like confirmation, like I got chills and you were like, yeah, that is how I feel, So, and now, I've said this before about the bigger reason why I wanted to have this card deck, and the reason I got into card readings is because I truly feel that one of the most important things highly sensitive people can do, especially when they're not doing well, is to start getting back in touch with their own intuition. And like what just happened with us was I was pulling cards and we were trying to figure out how it resonated with you, and it also guides you back to, what do you feel? Like what is your gut telling you, regardless of the cards are just here to kind of navigate us through this conversation. But at the end of the day, what is your gut telling you? And better than I do and better than the cards do.
Yeah, it's so funny. Yeah, it's amazing. I definitely would buy this deck once you get it. Once you
Yeah,
get
and
it out there.
I'll definitely post. Obviously, it's not available at this very moment, but as soon as it is, I'll update the description in this video. So if you're watching this a few weeks or months after this, we posted this, then scroll down and see if it's there. And I'll obviously mention it next time we do a video or whatever and on our social media platforms.
Tiara, thank you so much for the reading. I really appreciate it. And it really helped. I feel so energized now to get started again and just let go of the pressure and just have fun again like I used to. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yeah.
So that wraps up the reading for Anne-Kathrin. If you like this, let us know in the comments. And there's also a couple other readings I did on this channel, so you can also check those out and see if they resonate with you at that time. Don't forget to just subscribe to our channel, and also I'll link the other channels that I have as well. So if you want to hear more readings like this, I have another channel for that, and I also have my own Instagram account. So that is that. I'm so happy that you appreciated it and enjoyed it.
Yeah,
and,
awesome.
Yeah, and we'll see you next time.
Bye-bye.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm like nervous now.
Oh, no, don't be.